Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you okay.
Hold on one sec.
Yeah, take your time.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
That's okay. So, in looking up the information for you, if you're on one of our grandfather plans, being the unlimited email and web, you definitely have the options for the hotspot, but it's still a paid feature. There's not, we don't have a way to add it like to that plan without having a feature added to it. As far as the new plans, like the share everything plans, the hotspot's included with those plans, so there would not be an extra charge if we move to the share everything.
Right.
But on the grandfather plans, it's still set up so if you want the hotspot, you have the ability to do it, but it's an additional fee.
Yeah, I guess my question is though, because there's some grandfathered plans, well, not really grandfathered, I mean, they're still active. Like if you got a Droid charge, you'd still be on the 2-year contract right now. As to why, even though it's using C-Block, it's a C-Block device, isn't it part of the free tethering option, the free tethering settlement with the FCC?
And I'm looking at that, and that's on as far as the charging that as far as what the legislation. I can't really speak to that as far as, I don't have that policy in front of me. I do know that I'm pretty sure it's how it was set up is that, if you're on a plan, that provision that you have to have the hotspot, it's still no plan is not in any violation of any we would have any plans like that anyhow. If they change their laws, you have to abide by that. I think how it's worded is that moving forward from that date, whenever the settlement was reached, that we have to be able to offer hotspot on current plans. And anybody that signs up for a new service through us, they only have the option for the share everything. So
right. I don't think that's what happened at all. It's basically the settlement is that anyone who's on a tiered data plan or at all, regardless of when they signed up, that uses C-Block spectrum, so an LTE device, they are allowed to tether for free because they're on a tiered plan. And the C-Block spectrum had the provision in it that Verizon wasn't going to be allowed to limit or otherwise basically throttle or manipulate people's usage of the data. But kind of my question, though, is there's people that are using that C-Block LTE spectrum that have unlimited plans. And so I was curious about that, specifically for my parents because they've been Verizon customers forever, and they don't have any internet service because they live out in the sticks. So do you know what I mean?
I do.
Okay.
I'm just going by what we have for information here. I mean, I know what you're referring to, but as far as us telling you, yes, you can go ahead and download an application that will allow you to tether at no cost, and you wouldn't get any violation of our policies and agreements.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you that that's a guarantee there, because as far as the information that I have in front of me, it tells me yes. I mean that again, they're looking at the matters as far as not essentially having devices that have tier. Like the key there is tier. If you have a tiered plan, in most cases, like you're on a new plan, you can use your mobile hotspot and it comes off of your tiered data. But if you're on unlimited, it's a plan that was set up prior to any of these rules and regulations going through FCC.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's not the C-Block spectrum was auctioned in 2008. The settlement was just reached at the end of July. So the C-Block auction was for LTE. So I think the confusion everyone has, maybe you understand what I'm saying and you just have to, you're not allowed to go off script or something. But the issue isn't that it's new or going forward. It's anyone who's on a tiered data plan. And my question is, where is that tiered issue coming from? I think it's just been a confusion because around the time they switched to LTE was when they started going to tiered-only plans, but there's people out there who have unlimited LTE plans as well still.
Okay, and again, I completely understand what you're saying.
Okay.
If I had, any documentation that told me, yes, it's okay to go ahead and do that with these plans. I mean, that's what I would tell you, but I don't show that. I mean, I'm looking at, what has been provided as far as information from Verizon Wireless, who I work with here. If people call in, like I myself have the old plan. I have the hotspot feature. So, I mean, for me to be able to use it, I have to have that hotspot feature in order for me to have them, the ability to be able to turn my phone into a hotspot. It hasn't changed for me. I mean, I don't think it's changing for any of our customers. I mean, from what I show here, like those plans still fall under the same guidelines, and that our new plans moving forward will, you'll have the hotspot built in. So if you want to use it, you have it. But for the unlimited plans that we no longer offer.
Yeah, if you just Google it, it doesn't sound like that's the case at all. I mean, maybe that's what Verizon's telling people, but yeah, anyone can now just download, because they were blocking apps from the Google Play Store too, and they got dinged for that. They got fined like $1 million. Is there any way that I could just get a call back from a manager or somebody? Now I'm more than anything just curious as to getting to kind of what the root issue is. Okay.
I can reach out right now for you. Mind holding for just a moment?
Sure, thank you.
Sorry, 1 moment.
Droid Razor by Motorola. Get the ultimate power of Droid and the legendary edge of Razor combined to form the thinnest 4G LTE smartphone. First with clean Gorilla Glass and encased in laser-cut Kevlar fiber, the strongest material in smartphones. For more on the power, strength, and 4G LTE speed of the Droid Razor, visit droiddoes.com. Think green and get rewarded. Trade in a no longer used phone from any carrier, and you may be eligible for a Verizon Wireless gift card. For details about our trade-in program, go to www.trade-in.bzw.com or call 866-870-5446 to speak to a trade-in representative. Take life on the go to another level with the most advanced 4G network in America. With Verizon 4G LTE mobile broadband service, you'll surf, download, and share at lightning speed. Ask your Verizon representative or check out www.verizonwireless.com/4G to see if 4G LTE is available in your area. To a new phone. Don't forget to back up the contacts and media from your old phone first with Backup Assistance Plus. Store your pictures, music, videos, and documents in the cloud. Access them from virtually anywhere and share them online. For more information, visit VerizonWireless.com/VA+. Find out how many minutes you've used and how many you have remaining. It's a free call. Dial #MIN. That's #MIN. With My Verizon Mobile, manage your wireless service and account information on the go. Check usage, make payments, change features, adjust your plan, and more. For more on getting the benefits of My Verizon on your compatible phone, visit VerizonWireless.com/MyVerizonMobile.
Hi, sir.
Yep.
And again, I appreciate your patience, and I just want to make sure again that I didn't give you any false information, and that that you know essentially where we stand on this. You've always had the ability to go in and download any third-party apps to do that, and that's kind of what that states there is that if there's a third-party app that you can download that you can tether, we're not blocking that. And we don't go in and you're not able to do that. If you have a third-party app that doesn't allow you to do it, in limited plans, you can.
Right, they were blocking it though, but yeah.
Well, now there shouldn't be. I mean, there shouldn't be any blocks there. If anything happens with the app, like it causes any problems, or it's just we don't support them. They're not on our service. So if you have a third party, it does state that if you want to go through Google Play Store and download a third party app that allows you to tether your device, every ability to do that, and there's no we're not saying that you can't. It's just
right.
we can't open up the feature on your account to allow you to have access to it through our services. You would have to go through that third party. If you wanted our services with the plan that you're on, you would have to have an additional feature.
Well, first of all, that's, I think, specifically what Verizon was fined $1 million for, was having Google Play block that feature, so people could still sideload them onto their phones, but they couldn't install them through the Google Play Store. But regardless, kind of my question still is the same as to why is the C-block spectrum that folks are talking about, which is, as far as I know, all of the LTE devices use the C-block spectrum that was auctioned off in 2008. Why is it that the free tethering is only applicable now toward tiered data plans? Because there are some LTE devices that have unlimited data plans. That's still my question.
Yeah, and then with that unlimited data plan, you have the ability to download third-party apps or go to the browser and access those to use your phone to tether. We're just not going to put the feature on there for you to be able to do it unless you want to pay for the extra additional feature, that $20 a month option.
Mm-hmm. So if somebody puts a third-party app on their phone and they have an unlimited data plan, they're not going to get charged or throttled or anything like that by Verizon?
Right. I mean, if you're on 4G LTE, that's the case, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good news. That's specifically what I was asking. Is there still a manager available?
Yeah, I can still reach out if you want to speak to somebody. That's fine.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. Yeah, just a moment.
Thank you.
You can interact with it naturally. Front and rear-facing cameras capture your life, and sophisticated sharing allows you to share your life with friends and family. For more information, visit VerizonWireless.com. Want to learn more about the functionality of your smartphone or tablet? Attend a free wireless workshop online or in a retail store, and let one of our experts show you how to get the most out of your device. During a workshop, we will guide you through customizing your device, email, social media account setup, the latest apps, hotspots on your 4G device, and much more. Go to VerizonWireless.com/workshop to learn more. Making a payment is fast and easy. Dial pound TMC or pound 768. Airtime free, secure, and free convenience. That's pound TMC. Now get the new iPad.
Good evening, this is Mr. Hurstad.
Yep.
Mr. My name is Scott. I'm a supervisor with Verizon Wireless Technical Support. Can I help you?
Oh, I had a kind of specific question. Your name's Sean or Scott? Okay. So I was talking to Sean, and we kind of went around on this a few times, but you know the whole C-block settlement that was made with the FCC, right?
I'm familiar with it.
Okay. So my specific question is, there's some devices that are LTE that still have unlimited plans, and C-block is the LTE spectrum that Verizon uses. So why is it that in everything that I read about unlimited or about tethering, people are saying it only applies to tiered data plans? Because it would seem that it would apply to all LTE plans, and people are just confusing the fact that Verizon started issuing only tiered data plans about the same time they started activating LTE phones.
Well, actually, LTE phones were in the market for close to a year and a half before we started adding tiered data options. But I do have to clear that up for you, sir. The good news is that, I mean, it really should, in fact, the device you currently have, as it is well, let me just double check on that.
Right.
It's a 3G device, so it wouldn't be affected in this case. But basically, what the clarification is that we do not block the ability to use third-party applications for data tethering on our limited plan. We do offer our own mobile hotspot services some additional costs on those unlimited data plans as well. Third party, we understand that there are third-party applications out there that people use. We obviously don't advocate or support those, so if they are being used and something happens with the application that adversely impacts the phone or the usage, that is outside of our scope of support. So we certainly encourage the use of the hotspot options that we provide for 3G and 4G phones that are on unlimited data, but there are third-party applications out there that do permit the use, and we do not obstruct those in any way.
Okay, so I just want to make sure, though, that I guess I'm understanding this correctly. You guys, it's kind of like a indirect, roundabout way of saying that you guys can't, I guess, block the tethering on LTE. It doesn't matter if your plan's limited or unlimited.
We don't block the ability. We do not enable our mobile hotspot function that we provide without the purchase of our feature, but there are third-party options that do promise a similar experience. And again, we do understand that those are present, but where they are third-party, we cannot vouch for their integrity or their stability.
Okay. Well, that actually makes my day. I was calling really for my parents who been Verizon customers forever, and they each got a Droid charge back when they were like $300 or something. But right on that cusp, when you could still get an LTE device that had unlimited data, they're still under contract, but they live out in the sticks, and they can't get internet access on their road, but they can actually get LTE service for some reason. So that's what I was calling about. So it sounds like they can tether with that plan, and unless they go crazy and use, the top few percent of Verizon's customers, that they won't get throttled or anything like that.
If they're using a 4G LTE device and they're on a limited plan, I mean, sure, there are options out there for third-party tethering. Again, it's not a service we restrict, but because those are developed by third parties, if there's an issue that occurs, unfortunately, we're not able to offer any support for that. We not run the application. So as long as that's good, then that should be fine.
Okay. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it.
No problem, sir. Anything else I can answer for you today?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for calling Verizon Wireless. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Bye.